thing that I've heard folks say before is, a patent is only as valuable as the budget to defend it, right? And
Right.
how can patents sort of be leveraged? You've kind of touched on this a little bit so far, but just like
Hmm.
dive into it a little deeper. How can patents be leveraged as sort of like tools for the business where you
Right.
have that
Hmm.
expectation of ROI beyond the value of just having the patent?
Right. Okay. So there's a couple of other areas of like how do you get value out of the patent? So again, it's like any other investment in some asset, and you want to have some value out of it. And like you said, to enforce a patent in litigation is very expensive, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, possibly, depending on the company, the resources, and whatnot. But that doesn't always mean that the company enforcing the patent has to fund the litigation. There are some law firms and other ways to fund litigation. So it is expensive to actually enforce a patent. But other ways to get value out of a patent is a few things. First is that I've seen in my experience to having patents for your product where a customer is aware of your patents. There's what I would call it kind of promotes customer stickiness, that they don't necessarily want to go to another competitor who's offering something similar when they know you have a patent, because what you could potentially do is shut down this other
Mhm.
competitor with your patents. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's some value that we've actually seen this in action recently, where uh, there was a company that was trying to work with a prospective customer, and another company who had some patents tried to basically mess up their deal by saying, we have these patents. They didn't maybe say that maybe this other company infringed, but they said that they have these patents, and it actually shut down the deal with our client because they were afraid that this other company would infringe, but they didn't, and they don't. So you can use patents that way. You can use patents also from the standpoint of products that are being sold. So if you actually have tangible products that are being sold, there are ways to use a patent in customs and import or export in countries where if you have a patent, you could actually use that and let the customs um, agencies stop imports of products. It's not patent litigation, but there's a way to do that. There are ways where, let's say, if you're on an app store, right? A lot of apps for mobile devices or whatnot that are used with someone's process. If Apple or Google receives a letter saying that another competitor is infringing their patent, basically what these larger companies will do is say, okay, well, we don't want to get involved. We're going to stop letting this company sell their or
Mhm.
download, distribute their application until you guys figure it out, figure out what the situation is. So they want to not allow the distribution of the application, because they could actually be liable for patent infringement, contributory infringement as well. So there's ways to use a patent that way. If you have a design patent on a product, for example, you could, if you find knockoffs on Amazon, you can send the design patent to Amazon, and again,
Mhm.
they might shut down the sale of those products. So patents can be used in a lot of different ways like that to actually get leverage against a competitor who's actually doing something, to actually get them to stop doing something. So you don't actually have to go through full litigation. And then there is that aspect of the sending of cease and desist letters, where if you have patents, you can send them to other companies. You have to be careful about doing that. But there are ways to encourage, I guess, these competitors to stop what they're doing or license your patent. So that's an opportunity that doesn't really get into litigation, but you do have to be careful because of what how you go about telling somebody that they might be infringing could lead to them filing a lawsuit that they don't infringe. So you don't want to kind of step into that situation.
That's that's really smart because I think again that's a lot of the fear, especially on the early stage startups of, oh,
Hmm.
if I'm going to need to defend this, it's going to be, as you said, hundreds of thousands or maybe millions of dollars. And like, it's scary to early stage startups, but knowing that you can use it as an asset to protect business and protect your growth, without having to go through litigation is, that's very interesting. I think that'd be very interesting to a lot of founders that I don't think they know about.